This
Myself.
conference will now be recorded.
Hello.
Guys, before we start, can we have a quick intro?
Hello. Is my voice audible to you?
Yeah, Pawan.
Yeah. So myself, I just finished my master's in machine learning. So
Okay,
looking into the Azure data engineering. So
okay,
just finished my certification, DP 203. So
okay,
looking for some practical experience to clear the interviews.
okay, fine, cool.
Yeah.
Remaining guys, Monica, Sweta, Saranya, Manoj.
Hi, my name is Monica Nadinla, and I'm currently pursuing my master's and hopefully like about to graduate this December. And
Okay,
I do have previous working experience as an ETL developer back in India for 4 years.
okay,
So looking forward to restart my career again.
okay, fine, cool. Any other guys want to give their intro? Any other guys want to give their intro here?
Myself, Shweta sir.
Okay,
I did my BTech. Later on, I was preparing for government exams and I had a career gap. So now I'm looking for a software job and I choose Azure Data Engineering as an option.
okay, fine, cool. Okay then, guys. Any other guys or can we start? Any other guys want to give their intro? Okay, so that I can start, so that I can get an idea from which level I can start for you. Hello. So any freshers here? Like who don't doesn't have any idea about ETL or this process? Hello, guys. Any freshers over here who doesn't have anything knowledge on about
Uh,
software engineering or data engineering? Yeah, someone is speaking. Please speak.
Hi Raj, myself Ansha.
Okay, guys. Then let's start. Okay, just give me a sec, guys. So are you able to see my screen, right? Can quickly confirm someone.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So yeah. So yeah. First of all, yeah. Intro about me. So this is Raj. I have 12 plus years of experience in IT. Currently working as an Azure architect for an MNC. I worked on technologies like C Sharp, SSIS, like MSBA stack, I guess. I guess people here are familiar with MSBA stack, MSBA, and currently I'm working as an Azure data engineering. Okay, getting it right, guys. So these are my qualifications. And coming to my training experience, I have trained more than 40 plus batches So yeah, let's start our demo. So before going to what's data engineering, what is ETL, these things. So let me ask you a simple question. So what is data? Hello? Guys, am I audible, right? Hello? Am I
Oh,
audible, right, guys?
yes, Raj, you're audible.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Can you say what is data?
Uh,
Anyone?
Data, that could be the information, like it could be the raw information, uh,
Okay,
which is received from different sources like databases.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. Yeah. Data is nothing but collection of raw facts, as you said. Raw facts. Okay. Go to my PPT. This is better. Yeah. So as I said, data is a collection of raw facts or objects or entities. Anything could be a data. Okay. So as I said, data is a representation of some aspect of the real world, which we classify it as either structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. Okay. How we organize it, how we receive it. Okay. Then my next question: what is information, guys? Hello. What is information, guys?
The meaningful data.
The processor
Uh,
data. What the data? What we process, where we get,
yeah.
where we infer some useful knowledge by which we can solve some problem or anything. That we call it as an information. Okay. Getting it right, guys? Any doubts here? That we call it as a data, and that we call it as an information. Okay. Our next thing is information. Okay. Nothing but processed data. Next. So, so you got about idea of data. What is information? Next. How do you wanna store this data? As I said, classification of data. Next thing. How many types this data has been classified? Hello? How many times the data has been classified? So we basically classified our data as three types. One is unstructured, second one is semi-structured, and third one is structured. Am I correct? So next thing, data classification, types of classification of data. So we classified our data as three types. One is structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. So any examples of structured data, guys? So where we see every day in your real world. Hello? Hello? Am I audible, right, guys?
Yes. Yes, Raj, you're audible.
Yeah, okay. So any classification of structured data, any example of structured data where you see in your real world day-to-day life?
Uh, yeah, all the records currently that we are using, like
Okay,
I can see this on the screen, like all the phone numbers,
okay,
everything, like which makes sense, meaningful.
yeah. As you said, yes. Structured data is nothing but which is a meaningful data and which we stored in the form of basically tabular format. Okay. Next, coming to structured data. Okay. Which is stored in tabular format and which can be easily infer some information from it. Am I correct? And which can be understood by any device user. Next. So that is your structured data. So data which is represented in the form of rows and columns, also called we call it as a relational data. Okay, and which has a predefined data model. What is here predefined data model? Predefined data model is nothing but, so how you gonna organize this data? How you gonna get this data in the tabular format, incoming data? Okay, that we call it as a structured data. As you said, someone, the classic example is like your phone number, these things which are in an organized format. So this data will be stored in a specified dedicated systems called databases. Okay, next one, semi-structured data. Data like data stored in files that have some degree of organization and structure. Okay, so up to some extent you have some organization and the rest of the data doesn't follow any proper format. That we call it as a semi-structured data. So any examples guys which you see in your real world for semi-structured data? Hello? Any example guys? So you might have heard about your emails, right? Everyone, every day we are sending an email, right? Hello?
Yes, yes.
So your email has, as I said, your email. Let's take an example of your email. Your email has, so you people are sending emails, right? In your email, you may write some text. Am I correct? You may paste some pictures in the middle or attachments. Am I correct? Some links. So mixture of data. So which is organized in some extent, and rest may be unorganized. That we call it as a semi-structured data. Next, coming to unstructured data. So data which doesn't in the form of either rows or columns or no predefined model or unorganized, we call it as an unstructured data. So anyone can say any unstructured data example? Hello? Hello? So any
Uh,
random document or a collection of numbers, a collection of words or mixture of something, any random thing we call it as an unstructured data. Am I correct? Anything else? For unstructured data, your audio, video files, social media content, your PDFs. Okay, these we call it as an unstructured data. Am I correct? So this is classification of data and what is data. Next, coming to the storage of data. So how you gonna store your data? How to store your data, guys? How can you store your data? Any example?
uh, in the form of tables in databases,
Okay, only tables.
some files.
Okay, files.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let me start from very scratch there. So in earlier stages, when there is no computer, these things people used to store in the form of notebooks. Am I correct? Am I correct, guys? Notebooks, papers.
Yes.
So once this data has been, once there is an invent of computers, what happened? People used to store in, like as you said, files, your notepad,
Yeah.
okay, your what we call your text documents notepad, and then databases. So databases are specifically designed for what is for storing structured data. Okay, getting it, guys? Someone messaged. Okay, fine. So next we'll see what is a database, types of databases. Okay, so a database is a collection of organized is an organized collection of structured information or data typically stored electronically in a computer system. Database usually Okay, database is usually controlled by a software. We call it as a database management system. So whatever data you are getting, okay, whatever data you are getting, if you are storing it as rows and column format, okay, in a tabular format, which is basically structured data, which is easy to understand. Okay, structured data. Okay, we use databases. Getting it right, guys? So basically, databases are designed for storing your structured data in tabular format. Okay, which is controlled by a software called database management system. How to organize this data in a database? So, what are the popular databases, guys, in the market? Can anyone say hello? What are the popular databases in the market? Any examples? Hello? Yeah.
There's a Teradata database,
Okay.
MySQL database.
Okay. So the basic one, Oracle,
Yeah, Oracle database. Yeah.
Oracle, SQL Server from Microsoft. Okay. As someone said Teradata. Guys, please be on mute. I see someone is unmuted. Okay. So Teradata and so like other databases. Okay, fine. Next. So have you heard a word called big data, guys? Anyone? So one second before going to big data, let's go to this discussion. Okay. So these are all the databases where we are storing data in the form of tabular format. Okay, which is in the form of rows and columns. But there are few other databases which was in the market. We call it as NoSQL databases. Okay, NoSQL databases. So what are these NoSQL means? These will store your data in doesn't have any organized structure. Okay, structure. Okay, not in the form of table. Okay, doesn't have any organized structure. So data which doesn't have a specified structure, we use NoSQL databases. Any example, guys? In NoSQL databases? Hello, hello.
Yeah. Not sure, Raj, but I think big data comes under this.
No,
Uh,
no, not big data. So I have not it into the big data. So your MongoDB.
okay,
Anyone has
MongoDB.
heard about MongoDB? Cassandra,
No.
Cassandra. So these are the popular tools now, popular databases which was ruling the market, because now the how the data we are getting has been changed. Okay, so earlier we used to get the data in the form of tables, rows and columns, but as per organizational needs, now we are getting data in the form of unstructured format, like you may have audio video files. Okay, you may have application data directly in the form of JSON. Okay, so I want to store these all different kinds of data in my database. So my traditional database systems, which this Oracle SQL Server, which were in the market, doesn't support this data which is coming from your applications. Okay, so now we have a wide variety of data in the market, wide variety of sources. So guys, my next question before going to big data, guys, everyone using mobile phone right here? Hello?
Uh,
Yes, sir.
Okay, so a small question, so how many apps you use daily?
Almost everyone.
So you may use, like, let's take an example, like let's take like this. Okay, so you people are using different apps like your WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, am I correct? So let's take a small example. So what you are sending from the WhatsApp is a different kind of data. What you are sending from your Snapchat is a different kind of data. Am I correct? Instagram is a different kind of data. So what's happening? Your wide variety of data. Am I correct? Each application which you are sending or which you are using doesn't store your data, or whatever you are sending doesn't give you a data in a specified format. Am I correct? Hello, guys. Someone please be on mute. I'm getting someone has been unmuted. Let me mute them. Okay, fine, thank you. So whatever you are having different kind of data, am I correct? Every day you are using. Next point. So like you people are using like maybe 10 to 15 apps every day. So each app, how much MB of data you are using for one? For let's take very simple example. If you are taking about data of 1 MB, each application. If you use 25 applications a day, how much MB, guys? 25 MB. Am I correct? Hello, hello, hello.
yes, Raj.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you, guys. So if I'm not audible, just pause me and say me. Okay, if something
Yeah,
goes.
sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So every day you are using 1 MB of data, each application, maybe 25 MB every day. So one user 25 MB, you have lakhs of applications and lakhs of users. How much amount of data? Which is very wide format, right? Very wide range of data and different format of data. Am I correct, guys? So what happened here is like, so with these things, so whenever the usage of data, size of data and complexity of data increase, what are the traditional systems which we have spoken about, your original SQL database, SQL database, or what are the traditional systems which we have, or legacy systems we call it as, these systems fail to handle this data, fail to handle this data. So a new word came into the market, something called big data. So now got it right, guys? What is big data? Now let's go into the topic big data. Okay, what are the challenges and these things? So big data is nothing but data set that are too large or complex to dealt with. Whatever the data you are getting, either it can be too large or it's very complex for your existing system to handle. So people thought of bringing new systems into the market, which can handle the need of above big data. So either which is complex or your traditional system which has failed to handle this data. So basically big data, if to classify data as big data, we have 5 E's. Okay. What are those 5 E's? One is volume of data. Okay guys. So you have 5 E's. See, to basically big data, as I said, data set that are too large or complex to dealt with the traditional data processing applications. That means whatever the data you are getting through your applications where the existing your databases or existing systems cannot handle it. Okay. Now you have a 5 E's for big data. What are those 5 E's? One is volume, second one is variety, velocity, veracity and value. What is the volume of data? So refers to the as I said, huge amount of data that is emitted or generated what an application is getting every second. Okay. Next is variety. So what are the different kind of data? Either it can be your, as I said, your Facebook or your Instagram. Either you can do a text message. Either you can do a post a picture. Okay. So either it can be structured data or unstructured data. Okay. Next, you have something called veracity, reliability and trust. What are the data that application is getting? That should be reliable and trusted information we need to get. Okay. So which is useful for verifying and validating. Okay. I can validate the data, I can verify the data, I can convert into an information. Okay. Velocity, the speed at which data is emitting and changes are occurring between the device data sets. And value, whatever the data you are getting it. Okay, it should have some value. That means you are able to infer some information from it. Okay. So these 5 is constitutes a data for big data. Any doubts guys here till here? Hello? Hello? So
No,
what are
all
the
good.
five is your volume, your veracity, variety, okay, veracity, and on speaker guess, value, okay,
Velocity.
velocity, yeah, I write down I guess, velocity. So why big data came into the market, how became hard scale means, so whenever the change in the market, change in the application, change in the structure of data, whatever the till now people use the traditional systems, whatever the programming there, these fail to handle these things when there is an advent of your audio video files. Okay. Video files. So classic example guys. You people are getting telephone calls right from your customer care or mobile. Am I correct? About their offers, your IVR systems. Am I correct guys? Every day either one or two, any of your network will get you get your calls right. These are your offers, these are your plans. Am I correct? Hello?
Yes, Raj.
So okay guys, let's take an example like any network provider. So you people are getting everyday calls, right? Either from any health insurance or these are our schemes, please press this number for to know more about the information, these things. Okay. How these people are capturing like if the caller like the end user has picked up the phone or how many schemes they listened, so how these people are capturing, this is not cannot be done manually, right? If you take an example, So you will get an IVR call. If you press a one, either you press a number, that will be recorded in the backend, and they will say like these people learned about this scheme, like he is interested. So how they are doing this analysis? Okay. So either your cell phone offers Azure. So anything. So how they are going to do analyze your data? Okay, analysis. First point. Second point. Fetch the information. Fetch the data based on response. Okay. So with these things, a new word came into the market called data engineering. Okay, getting it right? A new word came into the market called data engineering. Okay. So before going to data engineering, let's talk something about ETL or ELT. So guys, have anyone heard about these words ETL and ELT?
Uh, yes, Raj. I I have worked on ETL, so I'm aware of it.
No, no, guys. Like remaining guys, please speak out because this is important.
Yes, sir. It is extract, transform, load,
Okay.
uh, and the other one is like vice versa, extract, load, and transform.
Okay. Okay, guys. Any other answers, guys? Anyone? Okay. So, guys, can you please be on mute? Sweta. Okay. So, so earlier, what are the big data? These things what we have. So people used to solve this problem using this process called ETL. As someone said, extract, transform, load. Okay. So what is extract, transform, load here? Okay. Let's think. This as your front end any application. Okay. So it can be your Java application or anything, your form or something, anything. So you people are giving data to this application. Okay. So what people will do? So people will take this data. Your companies or who is the person collecting the data. So the first step, as I said, extract. Extract. Next thing, transform. Transformation is nothing but what are the collected data. Okay. So you may send huge amount, like you may send your like as I said, your IVR calls from your network. You may interested in some plan or something. So transformation is nothing but segregating of the data, making it a reliable information, and finally loading. And final thing is load. So what are the information, reliable information we extracted? We load it in a specified end system so that this information will be used for analysis for future analysis. So we may offer this customer this offer. We may offer this customer this thing. So extraction is nothing but different applications get the data. Okay, transform it. Use this data and segregate the data and make it as a meaningful information. Finally, place it in a system. Okay, end system so that this information useful for further analysis or reporting. Okay, so ETL has been one of the popular tool used in the market, popular process used in the market. Every company, every organization uses the ETL process. Okay, why? Because why ETL came into the picture? Because so if you want, like as I said, if you want to get this information from this content application to do some changes and finally load it for our meaningful thing, what happens if you do with your programming style, either your Java, .NET, or your any other programming languages. What will happen? First, writing code is learning. Okay. First point, first challenge for a developer. And what are the segregations or what are doing? You may not do those segregations. How we are converting your data into an information may not done correctly. Okay, accuracy. So people thought about, okay, people and digging this information is very, and getting this information and taking from wide variety of applications is very some like task. This task is very like for developers. It's as I said, it was the with the developers the task is also very hectic. So what they done? People invented a few tools in the market with the name ETL. Okay, so you may heard about MSBA. Am I correct, guys? Hello, hello, Informatica. You people have heard about, right? Hello,
Yes, Raj.
you people have heard about MSBA, Informatica, Abinitio, the market,
Yeah.
talent, and how. Am I correct? So these are the popular ETL tools in the market. Okay. So these tools are okay, ruling the market. But what happens suddenly, as I said, when there is change in wide variety of applications, wide variety of data. These tools which we have, okay, in the market are okay with existing applications, like compatible with the existing applications. When data became huge, and okay, second thing, data became huge, first thing, and scalability of data increased, and whatever the systems you are storing the data are flow are these tools to convert into information. So okay, so a new term came into the market called data engineering. This is how your data engineering evolved into the market. Getting it right, guys? Any doubts?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got some basic idea of ETL, right? So what are data you're extracting, you're mining from the sources. Okay, so these tools which were in the market failed to meet the current market uses. So with these things, a new word came into the market called data engineering. Okay, so let's see some stats, social media stats. So your WhatsApp, your Facebook, your Google. Okay, these many requests every day. Okay, and coming to data growth, as I said, so your day-to-day data has been increasing. The demand of the data. So because every organization needs the data because they need to use for further use. If they want to either grow their business or if I want to make changes in their business, this is very important. Okay. Next. So now my question. So as I said, I am getting huge amount of data by this all these applications and everything. So next question is who can order this data in a proper order, either using your ETL tools or something, your programming or something. So what are data my application I am receiving? I need to order it in a proper order, right? And who can design a system to handle this data? And who can develop a working system to capture this data? Getting it right? And as I said, why data is important. Data is useful in decision making to know the customer preferences so that organization can improve the business, getting right information for business, and we analyze data, we optimize our systems. Okay, that as I said, data is effective in improving the business value. Getting it right, guys? Hello, Hello? Hello, getting it right, guys? Now, with these things, your data engineering came into the market. Okay, getting it right? Now, what is this data engineering? If you see, there are too many definitions in the market. Okay, if you study or internet or everywhere, okay, there is no standard definition. But okay, in general, typically data engineer develops and maintains a software that can process data on the organizational requirement for the usage of data analytics and reporting. Okay, so as I said, suppose let's take a small example before going to that. Suppose you have two shelves or bookshelves, okay, where one is unorganized, like you have a different, like let's take you have 1,000 number of books in one shelf, 1,000 books in other shelf. Okay, so one is in organized with the each name, like this is comic book, this is some science books, these are some fictions, like that, these are some novels, and other thing is a mixture of books. So if you want to pick a book from the wardrobe, is it easy to book from the unstructured way of the wardrobe, guys? Hello? 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 Am I audible right, guys? Okay, someone is asking, can you explain once? Which one, Shweta? Which point? Hello? I see Shweta message something. Can someone? Okay?
Yes, Raj. So Shweta messaged in the beginning, like when you were asking about ETL tools.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. As I said, data in suppose as I said, I have two organized systems, right? One is unorganized, one is organized. Okay, two shelves you have a bookshelves, and in the bookshelves, if you want to pick a book, one is in organized like in a row in a rack, well organized, so that you can pick it easily. From the unorganized, it's very hectic, right? If you want to find a important book immediately for use, you could not pick it, right? So same way, what data in there does, right? What are the data your applications, either your Java application or your .NET or Python or anything, what are the applications you are getting the data or in the unorganized format? They will organize this data in a proper format first. Okay, they will, what you will be doing as a data engineer, you will do first point, as I said, first validation of the data. So what our data I am getting, is it the expected data from my system, from my application? Okay, first thing, validation, data validation. Validation is nothing but what are my application intended to send me the data, is it sending the correct data or not? First point. Second point, once you validate, the verification, is it in the correct format? First one, format. Second one, verification, what is expected, as I said, is it getting or not? Next, analysis, segregation. So what are the mixture of data you are getting, you are segregating. So these are like these are the fields I want to place it here, these are things I want to use it here. Okay, segregation. Finally, analysis. Okay? Data analysis. So as a data engineer, so who is gonna organize this data? You are the people to organize the data. Okay, first point, as I said. Next point. Okay, see, as I said, so we have a dedicated professional to in order to handle this large amount of information. So a data engineer is an IT worker whose primary job is to prepare data, analytical and operational uses. As I said, analysis and operational uses. To integrate, consolidate and cleanse the data. So what is data cleaning? Next one. Data cleaning is nothing but as segregation. So what are the useful data you are getting? And removing the unwanted data. No, removing is nothing but here either you delete the data or you keep it aside. That we call it as a data cleaning. And data cleansing. Cleansing is nothing but organizing this data. What are the clean data in a correct format? Okay, as per the requirement. So these are the things you people gonna do as a data engineer. You either clean the data, cleanse the data, and you design a system to handle this huge amount of data. Okay, you organize this data and you analyze this data for your customer and finally gives to the customer for their business need. Okay, these are the duties of a data engineer. Any doubts, guys, here till here? So as I said in the previous, there is no specific or exact role responsibility for a data engineer that can define the work of a data. But in general, what you do, you build a scalable data architectures so which can handle or accommodate the huge amount of data, build ETL or ELT pipelines, extracting data from heterogeneous sources. Heterogeneous is nothing but, as I said, your different kind of applications, different kind of data, using various tools and technologies to transform the data into reliable and standard formats, developing and maintaining a secure data system by employing encryption techniques and maintaining data governance as per the standard. So these are all the main roles of a data engineer. So I'll give a 5 minutes pause here, guys. Just go through the roles because these are important. Any doubts, please ask me, guys. Hello, hello.
Yes, Raj, sure.
Any doubts, guys? Anyone? Okay. Next. So what are the various positions as a data engineer you held in the market? As I said, data architect, data engineers and administrators. Architects are the people who are responsible for designing the system. Okay. So who you are responsible for designing the system, how which can handle your data. So how the system should be. The overall architecture, the framework will be given by the architect. Okay. Next is data engineer. Data engineer is a person nothing but who is efficient in the programming and who will develop the system, okay, as per the design given by architect. And coming to database administrator, these people are basically responsible for securing these systems. Okay. Next. So guys, someone said data scientist, machine learning. Okay. So what a typical difference between a data engineer and a data scientist? So as a data engineer, you people, as I said, you people build up pipelines, ETL pipelines, as I said, to pull the data from different systems. It's the data scientist in integrating and consolidating and cleaning the data, structures and organize data for specific analytical applications. Okay. Once you provide the data, these data scientists will run their algorithms or their specified things on the top of the data what you have analyzed. Okay. And coming to job trends on the market, see 50% increase this. One of the highest increase job in the market because every organization has data, every organization needs the data to be analyzed. Simple point. And this can be done analyzed only when the data in a proper format. So coming to data life cycle, how you want to get the data? As I said, different applications, different data. Ingestion, here we call it as three things: ETL, as I said, ELTR. Ingestion is nothing but extracting the data into your system. Exploring is nothing but how you, what are, as I said, your validations and verifications your data. Preparation, making the data for use. Finally loading the data, the prepared data. Okay. And then your analytics, BI reporting, everything will come into the picture. Okay. So what is this here? Analytics is nothing but these are the business teams. So actual business users who talk with the end customers, how, what are their preference, they will take this data and they will use with the actual end customer. Getting it right? So this is basically a typical data life cycle of Azure data engineering. Okay. So I have not got into the Azure still now. So I just gave an intro of what is data and this data engineering. Okay. Hello. Any doubts, guys, here? Hello? Hello?
Uh,
Any doubts, guys? Any doubts, guys, here?
no, Raj.
No, right? Okay, fine. Now, so this is about data engineering. So next thing is Azure data engineering. So in the next class we will go about what is deep into Azure, but I'm giving a high level intro on Azure. Azure is nothing but a cloud product from Microsoft. A cloud from Microsoft. Okay. So we have different clouds available in the market. The leading cloud providers are one is Microsoft. Product is Azure. Second one is AWS. Then Amazon. Its product is Amazon Web Services AWS, and you have something Google GCP. And we have a Oracle cloud as well from Oracle. Okay, from Oracle cloud. So we gonna specifically concentrate on. So this data engineering, what your things, what are you learned till now? Okay, what is data? So it is same in everywhere in your either in any cloud, either your Microsoft or Amazon or Google or Oracle or anywhere. Okay, so they use their specific tools. So till now this data engineering you got an idea. What is this Azure means? What are the data engineering techniques you are applying on a data on cloud? Okay, that we call it as Azure. That we call it as a data engineering on cloud. Nothing but either if you apply it on your techniques tools which you use in Azure, we call it Azure data engineering. If you bring this data into AWS, Amazon cloud, and you apply your techniques and tools, we call it we we call it as Amazon data engineering. Okay, so based on which cloud and which tools you are using, their dedicated tools. Okay, we call it as that cloud related data engineering. Any doubts, guys? But on a whole, the data engineering concept revolves around either your ETL or ELT. Okay, extracting, transforming, and loading finally data. Okay, so what we gonna learn next as part of Azure data engineering? So I'm not going deep into Azure. In the next classes, we will have a class on Azure. Okay, so on Azure data, you gonna learn about storage first, storage accounts. Okay? So how you gonna get the data and store it? Next one, for bringing this data, a tool called Azure Data Factory. So different applications you need to bring the data into the cloud, right? Azure Data Factory. Okay. Third one, but as I said, preparation and cleaning verification of this data, we have something called Databricks. And finally, storing this data, huge amount of data, you need to learn a warehouse. Okay, data warehouse. That is Synapse. Okay, getting it right, guys? Any doubts? Hello.
Yeah.
So one is for storing your data. Data Factory, it's an ETL tool, as I said. It's a cloud ETL tool from Microsoft, Cloud ETL or ELT. Okay. And Databricks, as I said, it's a product from Apache. So Microsoft integrated with this Apache thing. So here, which language you gonna learn is like PySpark. Okay. So PySpark is combination of both Python and Spark. So you're gonna learn this. And data warehouse is a Synapse. Okay. Synapse is a data warehouse product from Microsoft. Any doubts, guys, here? Apart from the other services of Azure like your Logic app, what it Logic apps, some CI/CD, your Azure DevOps basics for data engineering, Synapse basics. Synapse analytics basics. Okay. So what you gonna learn? They created a new service called Synapse Analytics, an integrated service. What you are learning individual component as integrated there. That's it. So as a data engineer, you gonna learn this thing. These are the expected things in the market. So in the market, every organization is looking for a data engineer who has skills on Databricks, other Synapse Analytics, the storage accounts, data factory, data warehouse, logic app, CI/CD. So any doubts here? Hello? Any doubts, guys?
No, Raj. Clear until now.
Okay. Guys, anyone, any doubts? Other guys? Manoj, Shweta. Okay. So Manoj, you have muted. Manoj, yeah, I could not unmute you. It's like your issue, I guess. I have not muted. It may be issue with your system. Can you message it either? Monica, okay? I have unmuted, madam. You can unmute yourself. Hello?
Yeah, yes, Raj.
Yeah, Monica. Tell me.
No, I said that I don't have any doubts and I'm clear until now.
Okay.
I think
So
this is
any other?
another Monica is replying you. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So then I don't see her name here. So for Manoj, you are on mute by yourself. I could not unmute. Okay. I can unmute Sweta. I can unmute.
Um, Sir, so PySpark and Azure Databricks also is a part of this course, right?
Yes, yes. PySpark and Azure Databricks also part of this course.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah. Thank you, madam, for reminding. Guys, someone on getting some please mute brother themselves. Shweta, I guess can you please mute yourself? So yeah, coming to prerequisite, guys. Yeah, fine. Thank you for so prerequisites. Okay, the prerequisites for this course, guys. Okay, one is basics of SQL. Okay? SQL basics. Second one, what do you need? So some basics of Python to learn your Python. These are the prerequisites, guys. For SQL basics, what till you need to learn your joins, some functions. Okay. In Python basics, you need to know about some basics of programming like your operators and some functions. That's it. Some basic, not like your web development of Python. These things. Basic programming of Python is very enough. Okay. Here you will be just common sense and logic how to apply which function there, which operator there. That's it. Okay. These are the prerequisites. Any doubts, guys?
No,
Hello.
sir.
Okay. Okay then, guys. Have a nice weekend. If anyone doesn't have any doubts, we can wind up this session. Have a nice weekend. So yeah,
Uh,
next class.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Raj, will you be sharing this recording and along with that PPT?
Yes, yes, we'll get it, madam.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, recording you'll get it. Okay.
Yeah, and how about the PPT that you have just shared?
That you will get in the PDF, madam, not PPD. You'll get a
Oh,
PDF. Okay.
okay. Yeah, fine then. Okay, thank you.
Fine then. Yeah. Thank you, madam. Thanks for your time, you guys. Everyone. Have a good, nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye. Manoj, do you have any doubts?
Yeah,
Yeah, Manoj. Yeah, you texted. I guess now you joined. I guess.
yeah, at last I got me access. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, a few questions. So, what are the class timings, Raj?
Timings you can check with your organizer. Okay. So based on all the request timing, they will give you one time. Okay.
Okay, and when coming to Python, do we need to have a knowledge until pandas, or how does it
No, no,
work?
just no need of pandas. Okay, just the basics of Python is enough for PySpark. You don't need pandas. Okay, like machine learning or something.
Okay, okay. Coming to labs, are there any labs available in this course, or how does it work?
No, no. So whatever we are teaching, everything will be in real time, and we'll be giving assignments. So what you are doing in your market, like your MSc, those assignments will be given.
So, how do we implement those assignments? Do we need a platform to implement those, right?
Yeah, you
So,
can create your free accounts that
so free
will be
account
given.
of Azure, which will be of 30 days, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's so fine. Okay,
Okay. Okay,
there
all
you
right.
can. Yeah,
Okay, all right then. See you later.
yeah,
And the
fine.
class would be continuing for an hour,
Yeah, 1 hour to 1.5 hour. So
one
based
and a
on the
half.
people, yeah. So based on people availability, that either 1 hour or 1 hour, 1.5 hour is fine. So they'll be checking because we need to check with everyone, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And one last question. Do you have any idea on which days you want to conduct the class, or it's depending on the organizers?
Nowadays it's like Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday. Like for US people, like yeah, Tuesday to Saturday it will be there.
Got you.
Timings will be like they will be deciding on the organization.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Once they
I'll
take
discuss.
your appropriate timings and what is the best fitted for everyone, we do conducting that.
Okay. And when I have gone through your course material, which you have sent it in the Google Sheets, so I
Okay.
see you're about to explain two real-time projects or one real-time projects. I'm not exactly sure. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
and
No, no,
and I
no, two real time. No, yeah, two real time projects. Like we have projects. So whatever we are saying from the day one itself, I will be saying as a project requirement only. So you can straight away write it in your resume.
got you.
These say once your topic has been completed, these things you can straight away write in the resume. These are
Yeah,
implemented.
yeah. Yeah, but only thing I have a question is say like the course duration is for 2 months, and I know you have been like this course duration is 2 months. When I take Azure, what is this called? When I log into Azure for a free account, it will be mostly for a month.
Yeah, you
So
can again you can create a new thing with new credit card, new phone number, and new name. That's not a big
got
deal.
you. Okay, okay, all right then. So how about Databricks, Raj? Like I'm mainly looking for Databricks. By the way, you asked me a question to open my mouth, but sorry, I don't know how to unmute this thing,
Okay.
so I couldn't answer. Okay, I'm a BA developer actually. I'm working on
Okay.
Power BI as of now, and I wanted to enhance my skills and get into the data engineering, especially
Okay.
with Databricks. So that's why the reason for joining this course is like I wanted to get some knowledge on Databricks, and I hope
Okay.
this course will help me to get the knowledge on that. So my
Yes.
question is like, what level of explanation will be giving us on Databricks?
Yeah, Databricks will be covering the topics which were industry is looking for. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
you can
if you
get
ask me
something.
to tell me in the person, okay, sorry, sorry. Yeah.
So whatever you are learning here is like we'll be giving all the basics and what are the middle level things because on a high level we could not give everything here. So once you
Understand.
join your organization, so what is required for an organization expecting from a
Got
Databricks developer, that you will be learning here. So implementation part, whatever you learn will be of the middle level. For advanced
okay.
level, once you join, because there will be integration of tools and everything, which everything can't be done here.
Understand. Yep.
So for middle level, like whatever you learn here, you can use it there and straight away work there.
Okay. And
Applying those things. Whatever you learned it, you will be applying there. So I
yeah.
could not directly say like this is your requirement you will getting in Databricks. Okay.
Well, I
But
don't expect like you will be giving me as a complicated project or something like that. I understand it changes for the organization to organization,
yeah.
but how proficient I can be to take a certification after getting the course from you?
After you can write the certification, okay.
Okay.
But Databricks what I can say like I can assure you to middle level.
Okay. Got you.
So medium level developer who has some 3 years to 3 to 4 years they can do it.
Okay.
So remaining part you are based as I said based on your project once you joined what are the tools you want to use there.
Yep.
Based on that it will be there. Okay.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Raj. Thank you. Thank you for your time today, and I'll
Yeah.
discuss with
Thanks.
you later.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for your time.